Basically, Elon Musk has become very infamous within the left as he's checking where all of our money is going. And it looks like he found something with Social Security this time. So this is a very touchy subject, as we all know for a fact that Social Security benefits have been very questionable for many recipients. In fact, some people have even gotten letters saying that they were overpaid Social Security benefits. Well, guys, this reminds me that Jovan Pulitzer said something about SS numbers being handed out in bulk, although he was talking about election fraud from years ago.
We discovered 10,000 people using the exact Social Security number. See if this one rings true. You take an illegal, you bring them in. They sign a piece of paper promising to pay taxes. What they get is a Social Security number. So the employers can take out the taxes. Put a pin in that. Here's what they do. In cities like this, let's think of a chicken processor. They will bring in hundreds of illegals. They will spread them out across all of these plants and factories, giving them jobs. They're all using the same Social Security number. The IRS unconnected our names from the Social Security number. Now when you look it up, it just pings to see if there's an employer. If there is, it says it's good, it validates it.
Don't you find it funny that these politicians claim that they're not afraid, and yet they're doing everything that they can to stop investigations into where taxpayer dollars are going? Something just doesn't make sense here. You know what I mean? Like, because if you ask me, the only thing that these Democrats are trying to avoid is an audit, one that could potentially expose how many of them have actually enriched themselves during their time in office. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. Now, while we don't have enough evidence to prove what he's saying here, Elon Musk did take to X to say something similar. So here's what Elon Musk said in a post. Just learned that the Social Security database is not deduplicated, meaning you can have the same Social Security number many times over, which further enables massive fraud. Some question if it's a bug within the system. Others are saying that this could be a feature that's been exploited by fraudsters. But here's the deal, guys. Democrats are saying that by allowing Elon Musk to access the data, things will become worse for Social Security.
And Maryland's Democratic lawmakers fear your Social Security benefits are at risk. A rally was held outside the Social Security headquarters in Woodlawn. Their fears stemmed from Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Saturday, a judge blocked them from accessing the Treasury Department's payment system, which includes Social Security benefits. One union leader for SSA workers says that the White House is also trying to terminate federal building leases nationwide. He says that will hurt your ability to get help with your benefits.
If you think you have service delivery problems now, if you think you're waiting a long time on our 800 number, if you think that you're waiting a long time to get your claim processed, if you think you have a long time waiting in an office, imagine what that service is going to be like if you've got no office to call.
DOGE wants to cut government office space in half, saying the government's current holdings are not cost effective. Musk says he wants access to the Social Security database to eliminate, quote, massive fraud.
Now, moving on, guys, New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been outspoken about the city's extreme spending when it comes to illegal migrants, something that may have landed him in hot water with the previous administration. But of course, as luck would have it, President Donald Trump has a lot of experience when it comes to political prosecution, which is exactly why he's giving Eric Adams a break here.
The Justice Department ordering federal prosecutors to drop corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Steve Lacey.
And I'm Natasha Verma. The order ending months of speculation about the future of Mayor Adams' bribery case. The order laid out in this 2-page memo from the DOJ obtained by Fox 5 directs prosecutors to dismiss the charges without prejudice against the mayor. Of course, this comes after he was indicted back in September, accused of accepting perks and campaign contributions in exchange for influence. We have Fox 5 live team coverage for you tonight.
All right, Morgan McKay standing by with reaction and what's next for the mayor, but we're going to start with Linda Schmidt live in the newsroom and the order to drop the charges. Linda, wow.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. And you're talking about that order. Here it is right here. The 2-page order from the acting deputy attorney general. Now, critics have accused Mayor Adams of cozying up to President Trump in the past few months in the hopes of getting a pardon. Instead, Trump's Justice Department today ordered federal prosecutors to drop the corruption case against him. The reason? They say the case is interfering with the mayor's ability to help the president crack down on illegal immigration. Now, it was back in the fall that then candidate Trump called the case against the mayor politically motivated because the mayor repeatedly criticized the Biden administration for its immigration policies before the charges were filed against him. Today's order directs the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District to dismiss the case without prejudice until after the mayoral election in November. Now, what that means is they could resurrect the case against the mayor after the election, but legal experts say that is highly unlikely. The mayor was accused of accepting illegal campaign contributions as well as upgraded plane tickets and lavish hotels from Turkish nationals who were trying to buy influence with the mayor. Well, today's order does not question the integrity of the prosecutors in this case. And I spoke with a criminal defense attorney for his expert analysis.
They didn't come out and say that there's no evidence or that he's innocent, or that they've reviewed the evidence and there is no case. The words that are being said are that this isn't about the merits. This is about indicting an elected official too close to the election.
There have been many rumors surrounding these charges against Eric Adams, saying that they only popped up as soon as he went against the narrative of the left. Now, obviously, this cannot be proven without hard evidence, although the court of public opinion believes that this, in fact, is the case. In a post shared by Elon Musk on X, it's alleged that a lot of politicians are worth so much more than what they make per year. Now, here's a small snippet of this list. Nancy Pelosi, with a net worth of $202 million, she makes $223,000 annually. Mitch McConnell makes $200,000, yet has a net worth of $95 million. Chuck Schumer has a net worth of $75 million while making $210,000 per year. And Senator Elizabeth Warren's net worth is estimated at $67 million while she makes $285,000 per year. Now, for context, in order to make this much money, Senator Elizabeth Warren, she would have to be in office for the next 235 years. And it's not just senators that are raking in all this cash. You've also got different governors and members of the House who are worth millions upon millions of dollars. Now, I've also got to note that this is not just Democrats that are on this list. There's a good number of Republicans there too, which led to Elon Musk asking this question. It's not like these politicians started companies or were NBA all-stars, so where did they get all this money? Does anybody know? So I get why these lawmakers are suddenly anti-Musk all of a sudden, right? Now, it's not just Social Security that's under the microscope. FEMA, the agency that's built to respond to disasters, they were said to have been sending millions of dollars to take care of illegal immigrants.
And here at the White House, the DOGE effort continues, tens of millions of dollars at a time. The latest from Elon Musk, posted at 5:03 a.m., says the DOGE team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Sending this money violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds as President Trump gives a vote of confidence to the world's richest man.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
So Elon Musk, he makes a stunning discovery with Social Security benefits. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, aka FEMA, gets caught providing millions of dollars to illegal immigrants. A plane crash involving Motley Crue singer Vince Neil leaves a tragic fatality in Arizona. I know, another plane crash, right? And President Trump gives New York Mayor Eric Adams some very good news. Now, we got a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get things started with Elon Musk and DOGE real quick. Thanks so much for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. There's also the concern regarding disaster relief money being used for illegal immigrants, a discovery that's now led to people getting fired.
4 employees from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, have been fired for using government money to pay for luxury hotels for migrants, according to a spokesperson. The Department of Homeland Security says the firings include FEMA's chief financial officer, 2 analysts, and a grant specialist. She says the use of government money was discovered by Elon Musk, who noticed the expenditure in the agency's Shelter and Services program, which provides money for temporary housing for migrants released by Customs and Border Protection. The spokesperson saying, quote, DHS will not sit idly by and allow deep state activists to undermine the will and safety of the American people, end quote.
Many people say that firing these people from their jobs is not fair, especially for the American people who paid for their wages. Now, Representative Mike Lauer was on Fox News recently to talk about this, suggesting that illegal immigrants are being taken care of as Democrats want them to be future voters. Watch.
These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration, and New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants, including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, you know, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities like New York and states like New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue, and it has to stop.
Look, it cost New York, and it's a little selfish of us, billions of dollars because the water was wide open for 4 years. And the mayor that spoke up got exiled in the Democratic Party. Ironically, he's about to be I guess, in a way, pardoned or protected by this president, who sees a lot of the targeting of Mayor Eric Adams as the same thing that happened to him.
No question. Eric Adams spoke out against what the Biden administration was doing. He said that the migrant crisis was, quote unquote, destroying New York City. Kathy Hochul authorized billions of dollars of state taxpayer money to pay for all these expenditures. Meanwhile, she's fleecing hardworking New Yorkers $2,500 just for the privilege of driving to work. It really just speaks volumes to how inept, incompetent, and corrupt New York has become under feckless leadership.
Right.
We have to stop this massive influx at the border, which is what President Trump is doing. But we have to stop incentivizing states and cities like New York by spending billions, and in this case from FEMA, $59 million to support their efforts to circumvent federal law. That's really what this boils down to. States like New York are circumventing federal law, allowing illegal immigrants to get benefits and access to taxpayer money.
All right, so let's talk about something else that's just bizarre that's happening in New York. New York's top court set to consider non-citizen voting in New York City elections today. Get this, non-citizens, you don't belong here, you're not registered, blowing off court appearance, doesn't matter. That would add 800,000 non-citizen voters. Why is this even a discussion?
It shouldn't be. New York Republicans fought back against this effort several years ago. We were victorious in the lower court and the appellate division, and now it goes to the Court of Appeals. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit concerned because the New York Court of Appeals has been corrupted by Kathy Hochul and New York Democrats. This is why they tried to gerrymander our maps again last year. They added people who are way too progressive for the court to try and move the court in a different direction. I am concerned, certainly, that the Court of Appeals will make a political decision and not follow the Constitution. It is very clear. Non-citizens do not have the right to vote in our elections, period. There's a reason New York is a sanctuary state and city, though. And the reason is they want illegal immigrants counted as part of the census. That gives them more congressional seats and it gives them more electoral votes. That's what this all boils down to. They want them to be able to vote in our elections.
But now let's talk about another plane crash that happened here at home. One that involves the private plane of Motley Crue's Vince Neil.
New video showing the moments two private jets, including one owned by Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil, collided on a runway in Scottsdale.
The surveillance video shows the landing gear failing on Vince Neil's plane as it lands before crashing into a parked jet. Airport all day today working to learn more information. She joins us live with more tonight. Kenzie.
Yeah, John, Christina, we know it was a Learjet that crashed into a parked Gulfstream 200 here at Scottsdale Airport this afternoon. We now know it was the landing gear that failed on that Learjet as it was arriving here at Scottsdale Airport. That plane taking off from Austin, Texas, and then the crash happening here. The National Transportation Safety Board has now taken over this investigation.
Now, it's bizarre how we're seeing all these plane crashes just one after another ever since Inauguration Day. Which leads me to ask, do any of you guys think that these crashes are in any way connected to one another? It really starts to make sense once you start to piece the puzzle together, right? Because you wouldn't vote for the people that are trying to get you deported, would you? No, of course not. You're not going to vote for candidates that want to put the American people first, which makes this situation that much more frustrating. But here's the message from the White House. We voted for change. According to Elon Musk, that's exactly what we're going to get.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted, we have a majority of the public voting for President Trump. We've won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for. And a lot of times, people that don't get what they voted for, but in this presidency, they are going to get what they voted for. And that's what democracy is all about.
Do you guys agree with Elon Musk here?
And a little bit more on the CBS YouGov polls you guys were just talking about. The honeymoon is not over yet for the president with this. 69% are saying that he is tough. 63% say he is energetic. 58% say he is effective.
Now you gotta wonder why these Democrats are rallying outside of these agencies, despite being informed that the federal government has been spending our taxpayer money on expenses that don't even help us. Now at some point, seriously guys, at some point you have to ask yourself, whose side are these crazy Democrats actually on? But just to get both sides of the story here, there is supposedly an explanation for all of this money. City Hall officials in New York have said that only $19 million out of the $59 million was used to house immigrants in hotels or migrants in hotels. In a statement from City Hall in New York City, this is what they claimed. We have spent over $7 billion on this crisis alone, and the previous administration committed only $237 million in funding to help house the migrants in our care and for future services, citing that they're going to discuss the matter directly with federal officials.
Elon Musk, keep your hands off of Social Security.
Everybody out here has the power to do something, and we will find a way to do it together. This fight is not for the feeble. It is not for the faithless. This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight. Yes, we will stand. All over this country, we've got to meet the wickedness where it is. Leave federal employees alone.